Good afternoon, everybody. Pigskin Pete here. Happy Thursday to everybody. I'm just responding today to what I'm seeing all over YouTube and social media. I actually made a video following the national championship games, directed at certain fan bases, criticizing certain fan bases, including Clemson's fan base for certain things. That was the premise of that video. In that video, I sort of harped on Georgia fans blaming the refs for their loss because that was the most recent major sporting event that had happened. But this isn't just directed at Georgia fans. This is all fan bases across the country for all sports. And it's a reoccurring theme. I subscribe to a lot of YouTube channels, almost all sports-related channels. That's pretty much my interest on YouTube is sports, whether it's my thing is NFL and college football. That's what I care about. But you can go on any YouTuber channel, whether it's for basketball, baseball, hockey, football, it doesn't matter. And you'll see this over and over, hundreds of times in the comment section. Fan bases love to blame conspiracy theories on their losses or their shortcomings for their team for that year. Are there bad calls? Of course there are. It just ruins it for me. And I think it should ruin it for anybody. If everything's predetermined in sports, if the NFL wants the Patriots to go to the Super Bowl every year, if the NCAA wants Alabama to win every year, then what are we doing? Wasting our time, investing our time and in watching these games? It just doesn't make any sense. I have a problem with conspiracy theories in general and life. Everything in government's a conspiracy. I don't care what your political party is. If you're a Republican, that Obama was a conspiracy. If you're a Democrat, then Trump's a conspiracy. If you're a Georgia fan, Alabama's a conspiracy. If you're a Steelers fan, the Patriots are a conspiracy. It just gets nauseating. And it's a very unintelligent way to look at things. And depressing, quite frankly. If you believe that everything in life is predetermined due to some conspiracy, it's a very depressing way to go through life, in my opinion. And I just refuse to succumb to that. It's a very paranoid way to live your life. That you have no control over it. If you're a player, you have no control over the outcome of the game. If you're a fan, you have no control. Your team has no control. If you're a voter, you have no control over who wins the elections. It's just, I find this to be a serious problem in life, let alone sports. Sports is what I YouTube about, and outside of my family and my professional life, it's what I care about. It's what I invest my time in, sports. If it's all predetermined, that's all for nothing. Here's the thing. These refs, these coaches, these players, these organizations, is there some corruption here and there? Of course there is. That's going to happen anywhere in life, anywhere in the world. It's just a part of life. But the vast majority of organizations, people, football teams, baseball teams, you name it, are normal, hardworking people who are trying to do the right thing. And if you just blame everything on a conspiracy, it completely waters down everything, makes it uninteresting. And I don't even understand why these people who constantly moan and groan about people being paid, it's all fixed. Why do you waste your time watching sports if you think it's all fixed? And why do you subscribe to channels that talk about sports constantly just to get on there and type about how everything's fixed? I think it says more about the person doing it than it does about the actual outcome, personally. It's really one of the only things in sports that really gets under my skin. I mean, you know, you can trash talk, you can say things about teams, you know, in a playful way. There's really not a lot that bothers me. I'm a very, very easygoing person in real life. I mean, it's hard to judge what kind of person I am based on watching my videos. I get that. But I'm an extremely laid back person. There's not a whole lot that you can say to me that's ever going to really, really get under my skin. It may come across that way on video, but I don't even get angry. It takes a lot to get me angry. But this is one of those things that really does get under my skin, is the conspiracy theory thing. It always has, especially related to sports, some in politics, which I do believe there's probably more conspiracies in politics than anything else, for obvious reasons. But the whole thing just gets really old after a while. It's something that I just can't even stomach anymore. It's the conspiracy thing. It just ruins sports. These things, and I don't even know if a lot of the people that make these claims actually believe it. If they do believe it, are they just like these really? I mean, how do they live their life? Just paranoid about everybody screwing them over about every little thing? How can you live your life that way? I just don't know. I'd like to see an argument made for what's really happening. There may be some, you know, predetermined outcomes in sports throughout history. It's very few and far between. My belief is that coaches and players and refs and everybody involved, 99.9% of them, are honest, hardworking people just like me and you, who are just trying to do their job. And when things don't go your way, you just pile on them and make it into a conspiracy theory. So anyway, I'm not trying to be, you know, preaching to anybody. It's just something that I see over, and it's actually the comment that I see more than anything online when somebody loses a game is the conspiracy thing. It's just a weak argument. Doesn't make any sense to me. You have absolutely no proof that it's actually really happening. It's just some paranoia in your head that you live with, and I feel sorry for you if you actually believe that everything's predetermined. You know, I mean, just if you actually believe that, just stop watching sports. What are you putting yourself through the torture for? You know, it's always a conspiracy until your team wins, right? When your team wins, everything was, you know, done legit. The other team wins, a team that you don't like, or a team that's a dynasty like the Patriots or Alabama, then it's a conspiracy. Your team wins, everything was on the up and up, right? So anyway, I don't mean to be lecturing here. It's just this is just one thing, the main thing in my life as a sports fan that really gets under my skin. I think it ruins sports. It doesn't even bother me. It surprised me that certain people have this view. It surprises me how many people feel this way. But anyway, have a great day. I will be back on soon to make some videos about the NFL games this weekend. I have some really interesting thoughts on that. And I'm sure you'll have a conspiracy theory that drags my predictions all through the mud. Have a great day. Pigskin Pete checking out.